Everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time here at 4Player Network. I'm your host, Joseph Christ. The sound is going to be kind of messy tonight because we have been having weird sort of issues kind of all night with weird kind of stuff. And, of course, we haven't done this in a little while. And it's just, it's the way it goes. Everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time. I am Joseph Christ, your host here at 4Player Network. And with me tonight is Bob Webb. How you doing, Bob?
Doing okay.
Okay. And Bob has been sick as a motherfucker for a while.
Yeah. I've got my lovely sick beard.
We're going to talk about that because I want to hear all about your illness. And we have Chris Davis. How you doing, Chris Davis?
Doing okay. How about you?
I'm good. So here's what's going on tonight for the show. We haven't done this in a week or two because we just been busy and sick, and I'm finally done with my my crazy 60-hour work week. It's been insane, and so then we're gonna do this cocktail time, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get set up. And the first thing that happened was I started so for all the sounds and all the kind of stuff that I do and the breaks and whatnot, I use something called a program called Sam Broadcaster Pro. I purchased a couple of years ago, and I go to start it, and it can't connect to the Firebird server or whatever it is on my computer. There's no reason why it shouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, it's not a server, it's just my computer. So the thing is busted. So I uninstall it, I reinstall it, and then when I reinstall it, I have to put my purchase code back in and reactivate the program. And apparently maybe their server is down because it wouldn't reactivate my program, even though the key I have is supposed to last forever. So I can't use Sam Broadcaster tonight. And then we decide to pull up Google Hangout to do the Hangout thing that we usually do. And of course, let me put it this way. Every time I open Google Hangout to do a show, it's always a little bit different. Every week, it's a little bit different. This week, it's completely different. The GUI is completely different, and I can't even do the screen region thing I can do to get everybody on screen at once. So what we do have is we have our main screen where Chris and Bob are, and then I'm pulling in myself from XSplit, and Google Hangout is set up pretty much to where whoever's talking, either Bob or Chris, it switches automatically, which is kind of nice because I usually have to do it by hand, but if someone isn't talking, you don't see them. Like right now, yeah. Bob was the last one to say something, so it's just me and Bob hanging out. How you doing, Bob? How you doing, Bob?
Doing pretty good.
Sure.
I invade the conversation like I am.
Oh God, I forgot. I forgot he was here. It's like you guys are just gonna keep on photobombing each other the entire show. So anyway, that's where we're at. So if things are a little bit weird. This show, I'll
tell you the best part of this, though.
What's that?
Crystal clear.
You do look crystal clear. You look really good. You've never looked better. Well, it's because you guys are on the big screen now, so that's why. So, all right. What's that?
The big screen, the Jumbotron.
The big Jumbotron. So
see, our webcams aren't shit. People keep saying, "Oh God, you need to get better webcams." It's like, no, it's because Google Hangout just make me blurry as fuck.
Yeah, no, your webcams are always fine though. The problem was you had small pictures, and then I was basically upsizing it to put out there, so you guys actually look good. So it's not too bad. So let's do our toast of the week. We'll have to do it without music live because Sam Broadcaster is a son of a bitch tonight. But Chris, since we haven't seen your face that much due to the circumstances, why don't you go first?
Well, first off, let me tell you how I figured out what the problem was.
Uh-huh.
It turns out that there was a specific problem with my webcam interacting with my motherboard.
Interesting.
So I had to contact Asus and have them send me a little bitty software tool to actually fix a bug that they otherwise won't release to the public.
Really? That's so
weird,
bizarre.
So it is unusual.
Asus. So you had to talk to Asus to get basically like a flash for your motherboard.
Well, no, it's not. It's not a flash. It had to do with some of the software that comes with the motherboard. You know,
Ooh, okay, so it's a little driver patch.
it was a driver patch for a driver that's supposed to speed up your charging time for electronics, like a tablet or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it would fuck up all Logitech webcams.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I got that fixed, and now I can finally work with this. Thank God.
Nice.
Oh, what am I toasting tonight?
What are you toasting tonight?
Tonight. What am I toasting to?
Tonight. Was that a song from the 80s? That's saxophone.
I'll tell you what. I will toast to the 7th generation of consoles finally fucking coming to an end this month. In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. It's over. It's done with.
I'm not ready.
We can move on with our lives.
Are you ready for the particles?
Oh, the particles and the frame rate. The frame rate.
Are you ready for the particles? The particles are going to be exquisite. All the particles.
Oh, so many particles.
So many particles everywhere.
60 frames a second games. Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice. That'll be
Very
nice.
nice.
Yeah. So you're toasting the end of an era. And what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, apple cider.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Very seasonal.
Very seasonal. I'll go next. What am I toasting? I am going to be a little selfish, and I'm going to toast to myself because I have completed 3 60-hour work weeks in a row, and I didn't die. I feel okay. So I'm just really happy I can kind of get back to kind of doing stuff again, somewhat. So anyway, what am I drinking? I'm being lame. I'm actually not drinking tonight. I've been running around all day and stuff, and I didn't really have time to get anything. So I'm enjoying a wonderful cup of Joe in my Scooby-Doo Jesus mug. I got this.
What?
Yeah, I have a Scooby-Doo. It's a Scooby-Doo mug with the gang of Scooby-Doo, as you can see, Scoobying and Doobying, as they are known to do, and it says Jesus on it.
Is it just because it's like a named mug? And
I purchased this in Santa Cruz at Six Flags, and they had all the names and stuff that everyone has, and I guess Santa Cruz is southernish California getting there, so I think it's actually Jesus, but I couldn't resist the Scooby-Doo mug that said Jesus. I'll tell you.
How much did that set you back? $38?
I don't remember. This was a long time ago when I was a much younger, prettier, happier man. So, that's what I'm toasting. Bob.
Yes, I'm drinking. I'm the one that's sick, and I'm actually the only one that's drinking.
Yeah. Well, you need to pull in the alcohol, to beat away the viruses coursing through your veins.
Yeah. So I'm drinking I'm just gonna have one beer since I'm taking so many fucking antibiotics. Actually, I need to take an antibiotic. Let me show you these fucking
do
things.
it live. Let's see. This is going to be live antibiotic taking. We are breaking barriers in podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
Never before has this ever happened.
Never before has a man taken antibiotics.
These fucking pills.
Holy shit! What do you have? AIDS?
Yeah. It's just this huge ass like amoxicillin fucking antibiotic.
God, it's amoxicillin.
tablet.
No wonder it's so huge.
Yeah.
I guess it's based off penicillin or some bullshit like that. It's giant. It's like fucking.
Amoxicillin will clear you up.
Oh yeah, no. It turns out because I had the flu this last week, I not only had one ear infection, I actually had 2 types of ear infection.
Real quick, Carlos is in chat, and he says, plot twist, it's a suppository.
I saw these, I was like, did they give me the right thing? Is this supposed to go in the mouth
Down
or in the butt?
Yeah.
Well, either way,
That's what she said.
we'll be breaking history.
Either way.
Making history.
Can you just take it as... You can probably just take it as a suppository if you really love the show.
Nope, it's already down the throat. I'm not going to put that in my butt.
That's too bad. Well,
We could get subscribers out of this, man. We just got a brand new subscribers. We started too.
We're going to lose subscribers if I start putting them in my butt.
I don't know about that. We'd gain a whole new type.
You're going to reach a new demographic.
Whole new demographic. And what are you toasting to?
I'm toasting to a little indie studio called Grinding Gear Games.
Oh, okay. And what do they put out?
They put out a game called Path of Exile.
Oh, everyone's been talking about Path of Exile, and I don't know anything about it, really.
Well, I will educate you tonight.
I want to hear about
it. That's all I'm going to talk about. That's all I played.
Oh, that's fine.
I was sick. Actually, I played the Stanley Parable demo, and then I played a lot of Path of Exile,
Yeah.
and then I slept, and then I watched the original Star Wars movies.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good way to do it. Well, since you're the only one drinking, and you've taken your shot with your antibiotics, I think we can move on. Correct?
Works for me.
All right. So let's just get right into Path of Exile, because I want to hear about that. I really only have Battlefield 4 to talk about, and it's not all good stuff. I had some pretty poor experiences this weekend playing Battlefield 4.
You've been a little angry on Twitter.
I'll tell you, it's an XP-based game, It's all about unlocks. It's all about, killing dudes and opening shit. It's all about killing dudes and opening shit. That's basically, it should be Battlefield 4, killing dudes and opening shit. That's what they should be. That's what they should call it. And you kill dudes to open shit is basically how it goes. And when you open shit, you get shit. And sometimes you get things called XP boosters. And XP boosters make it so that the more dudes you kill, the more shit you can open. But there's a fatal flaw. When the servers crash, it all goes away. It all just flies away. You might as well not even play the game because it's all gone. So what's happening is you're playing a long round, you're doing well, killing dudes, opening shit, and then right before the match ends, or somewhere in the middle, the servers crash, and you go back to desktop, and you don't get anything. Like, all that XP is gone because the game doesn't communicate with the servers until the game is over. So you lose everything. And not only that, but these XP boosters, they're timed. So let's say you have an XP booster that's giving you 50% XP, and it's good for an hour. And you play a match that takes a half hour to play, right? And you're getting fucking mad XP. When the server crashes, you don't get any of the XP that you earned that match, none of the XP through the XP booster, but it still burns through a half hour of the time that the XP booster had. Because that's
Let me
client
ask you
side.
this before you go on.
I know we're supposed to talk
are
about
you-
Path of Exile, but now I'm bitching about Battlefield 4.
Well, we can come back to it. I mean, I think we can make a huge conversation out of this. I just wanted to know, were you doing your XP boost on top of the double XP weekend?
When was that?
This weekend.
I wasn't getting double XP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was wondering about
I
that.
have.
Because killing dudes, you get 100 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
All I was getting was 100 points all weekend.
That blows for you because I've, you know what? Let's just save it. Let's just save it. Let's talk about it later.
Has anyone in chat been playing on PC, been getting double XP? Because I wasn't getting double XP this weekend. No one, there's a delay, I guess. But I wasn't getting double XP. I was getting 100, and that was it. And then I wouldn't get it. You know why? Because Christopoulos, that's a great name, by the way, in 4pp.tv watching in chat, has not been getting double XP on the PC. Neither has Cock2Coco, another fantastic name. Now, what is going on? What is happening?
Well, our brand new subscriber, Dipsatab, says he's beginning it.
Ban him right now. No, don't ban him. It's just all fucked up. It's a really, really messy, awful release. We'll talk about it later. Oh man, I was getting upset. Anyway, Bob, Path of Exile.
Yes.
What is it? Is it indie game? Is it a British guy talking while 8-bit pieces jump around? Great, we got it. Okay, Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
It's an indie game. We know what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. So Path of Exile, I guess the story is this indie studio decided they wanted to make an action RPG in the vein of like a Diablo about 7 years ago, and this game has been in 7 years in development. It finally released. It's a free to play MMO, but it's like it's like if you took Diablo 2, combined it with the MMO stylings of Guild Wars. So there are hub zones. And then they're like a town where you can see other people and interact with other people.
Right.
Then there are your own instance
My
zones you
camera
go
just
through.
fell. Hold on, wait a second.
You losing your shit?
I lost all of my shit. All right.
Oh, yeah, I saw the camera go away.
Okay. It's a banner show tonight, people. A banner show. I'm glad you all
Work in progress.
Glad you all tuned in. Anyway, so it's an instance MMO.
Right. It's you have your little own instances. Whenever you go out and fight things, you're by yourself unless you're in a group.
Because if there's anything people love in an MMO, it's instances.
Yeah, well, it's good if it's a style like a Diablo 2 game where it's based off of like killing lots of guys and getting lots of loot. Right. It's better to have that instance.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like it's excuse me, I'm gonna think about cough and throw up everywhere.
Oh, that'd be good.
Cocktail time first. So it's God, what was I gonna say? It's not better than Diablo 2. It's a lot like Diablo 2 in the sense that you go around to the areas and you and whatnot. It's better that it has this instance. What the fuck was it? I'm completely lost my train of thought now.
So you're glad it's instanced because then everyone will be jumping in and gangbanging your kills.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you'd have so many people randos coming in like killing you and then taking all your loot and steal killing. But if you didn't know and you played the game by yourself, it would feel like a single player game.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like a really comprehensive single player game.
Okay.
Like it's good, and it reminds me of all the good shit that I loved about Diablo 2. The kind of the changes though is it's like if you took the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X and applied it to the skill tree for all the classes.
Okay, I think yeah.
So the abilities. So there's 6 base classes. So 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 main stats.
All right.
There's strength, dex, and magic,
right.
Intelligence. There are classes. There's a class that specializes in each. So there's a class that focuses purely on strength. There's a class that focuses purely on intelligence, and there's a class that focuses purely on dexterity. Then there's hybrid classes that focus on 2 of those. So you have one that does strength, dex, strength, intelligence. Intelligence, dex, and whatever that combination is. So there's 3 additional ones. So there's 6, and then there's one called the Scion, which is a perfect balance between the 3. So I think there's 7 classes, and which class you choose depends where you start on the skill tree. If that makes sense. So everybody shares the same skill tree. It's like the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X. And this skill tree it's the passive tree. There are little nodes. So you're depending on your starting class. It depends on where in the tree you start. And the classes that focus on a primary stat, like the tree is broken up by stats basically. So you got your dex section, your strength section, your intelligence section. So it's kind of like a try point. Then you have your primary strength class starting in the strength section. You have your hybrid starting between the strength and the intelligence section, and then so on. And your Scion starts in the middle.
Right.
And as you level up, you gain points, passive points, and you can put points and get a node and lock out and start to travel past your starting point. And you can branch out, and you can even if you wanted to, you can travel all around from the complete opposite of your side, and then go straight into the like intelligence trees from the strength side if you wanted to. That's a completely possibility. It's really open on how you want to build your characters, and it's not like the passive nodes are just increasing a stat. They also do things like increasing your health regeneration rate, increasing the amount of armor you get, and increasing certain types of damage with certain types of weapons. That kind of passive ability, as well as there are certain, I think they're called paradigms. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, go back.
You're back. Yeah, Skype was messing up. See, we last heard paradigms.
Right. So there are special nodes called paradigms that change the effect of either an ability or a stat. Or it's kind of a special node. Like if you there's one I picked up today that converts your evasion rating, so it's the rating that you would have normally to dodge attacks. It takes all that and then converts it directly into armor class. So it makes it so you can no longer, you don't really dodge anymore, but you mitigate a lot more damage. And it's kind of that kind of node, and it really kind of affects like how the stats affect your character playstyle. It's really weird.
So it's a pretty deep skill based system.
The skill tree is really crazy. It's very like the tree is insane. It's really cool. There's a lot of different ways you can build characters and everything like that. The skill system is really kind of it reminds me of the materia system from Final Fantasy VII, if you remember that.
A little bit, yeah.
So active skills you use, your character uses aside from the basic attacks, are gems. And these gems you slot into your equipment, and they're of different colors. Each color represents a base stat. So you have a red slot for your strength gems, you have a green slot for your dex gems, and a blue slot for your intelligence gems. And these abilities, the colors associate with the types of, the base stats for these gems. So you might have like all the melee, really strength-based melee gems would be red. All the really high damage or dex-based, rogue-like abilities would be green, and then mage spells would be blue. And these gems, as you kill things and gain experience, they'll level up. So as you kind of keep these gems in your armor or your weapon, and you start killing things, eventually the skills that you get from those gems will increase in level, increase in efficiency, and they'll obviously increase in cost to use. You don't need to use them in order to level them up or have them gain experience, but it allows you to kind of like slot a gem and then just have it kind of gain a bunch of experience without you having to actually use that ability or focus on it or dump points into it, because it's just soaking experience in there. Then there's these kind of the slotting system is a little interesting because it you can have different sockets in the armor and weapons, and these sockets can be linked, and there's gems you can put into linked sockets that modify the behavior of an ability. So It goes one step deeper. So you have these base abilities, like I have a cleave that hits multiple people in front of me. It's really kind of base melee ability. Then you can take a life on hit gem and then put it in a linked socket as long as it's the right color. You can't put them in the wrong color. You just have to have the right color sockets. And then if it links to the cleave ability, then every time I use that cleave ability, for every enemy it hits, I gain life back on it.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of these that you can keep adding into they'll modify the behavior. You can actually have it so there's something called blood magic, so it'll change the cost from being mana to being life. And there's kind of cool things where you can do, you can make abilities run off of your life, but you can also socket in a life leech.
So you're
kind of
gaining it as you're losing it, kind of.
Right, exactly. You may not gain back as much as it cost, but you mitigate the cost by a ton.
I think the Blood Mages in Dragon Age kind of work that way sometimes a little bit.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
So it's really kind of, the skill system is really cool, and the amount of depth you can just socketing different gems, changing the way certain abilities work. on top of having the passives trees, which are just huge, and then modifying how the different weapons work and what your stats are and everything. And you can create these really, really unique builds. It's fucking awesome.
That's
like,
really cool.
It's really, really deep.
And this is on top of like a huge loot system as well.
Oh yeah, no, the loot system's just as comprehensive as fucking Diablo 2 was.
Oh man,
like there's uniques, there's everything like that. There's no currency in the traditional sense in the game either. So there's no gold.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is you barter at vendors.
Oh, okay. So you actually have to give up items to gain items.
Not quite.
Okay.
The barter system actually. So there are currency items, but they come in the form of scrolls and orbs.
Okay.
And these actually have a function themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you have identification scrolls. You can find them. They're called Scrolls of Wisdom. And that's kind of like a base currency for like, I want to go buy a better piece of armor. I'm going to go spend a couple Scrolls of Wisdom to be able to buy this armor.
Mm-hmm.
But if you trade in armor, like just whites, just trash items, you'll get little scraps of paper, which are eventually, if you get enough of them, if you get 5 of them or so, they'll create a Scroll of Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of keep trading in these shitty items, or you can trade in magical items and get little fragments or orbs of different types of currency. Mm-hmm. And these orbs all have different, like depending on what you turn in, you get a specific type of orb. And the orbs all have a function. Like some will actually give you a respec point. So you can remove a point from your tree, and if you consume the orb, you can remove a point from your tree and then reallocate that somewhere else. There are ones that will change the color of the sockets in an item. There are ones that will add a socket to an item. There are ones that will increase the quality of the item. There are ones that just randomizes it. Like all these orbs have different types of kind of effects that they can do. Most of them are item based, so they can modify an item. Like if you can get an item that's almost what you want it to be, and then you can use these orbs to kind of throw them at that and see if you can get the right combinations of sockets that you want. And there's a bit of the whole chance game you're playing there. It's a little bit of that kind of gambling system where you're like, well, fuck, I've got 5 of these orbs. I'm going to throw 5 of these orbs at this item and then see if it actually comes up with the right combinations of sockets or comes with the right stats or whatever like that. And it's I haven't really gotten too much into that, but it's kind of one of those. It's a ways for you to kind of deal with like having so much loot. And you can kind of be like, well, this one's almost what I want, but it's not quite there.
I'm looking at, I guess, Urban Hitman put the Path of Exile passive skill tree into chat.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is, I think, officially the biggest skill tree I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if it's as big as
any game.
as Final Fantasy X.
I
might be.
I never played Final Fantasy X all that much, so I'm not familiar. But like, this is,
you can see the little nodes in there that are have the red, white, and blue circles in them.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the sphere system.
Yeah. Like that's each of the big circles with the red, white, and blues in them is where a class starts, and the dead metal is the Scion.
I don't even see.
You have to zoom out.
Yeah,
They're kind of towards the center, like in a big circle around the center.
There's so much here.
There's a lot there. You're probably zoomed in.
I see red, green, and red. I mean, blue, red, and green.
Yeah, red, green, and blue.
Oh, I thought you said white, red, white, and blue.
Did I?
Maybe
I could have
not.
totally said that.
I'm probably wrong. Okay.
I'm still hallucinating.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to play this. So you got this huge skill tree, and this is just the passive stuff. Then you have the active stuff and all that, and then you have, as you're saying, and then it's basically all isometric Diablo type of gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, there's
multiplayer.
Waypoints. It's all multiplayer. Yeah, there's waypoints, just like Diablo 2. There's portal scrolls, just like Diablo 2.
Right.
Unfortunately, the mini map is kind of could be improved. It reminds me a lot like the Diablo 2 mini map, which kind of sits over everything. You can't move it to the side or anything. It looks like shit.
Oh, like Doom, like the Doom over the.
It's a transparent.
Yeah, Doom
transparent wireframe.
With Doom, you hit tab and the wireframe was over the.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah. It's like that, and it's all dynamically generated and everything. So it's cool. It's a good Diablo 2 clone. Like it plays. It's fun. Like I've been enjoying it a lot. I've actually been playing it a lot with Terra, and it's really kind of intimidating going right into it if you don't have a build in mind. Right. So what I would do is I would try to find a class that you want to play, and then look up a build for that class. Because you don't get a lot of respec points. And if you invest a lot of points into a direction that doesn't make sense for your character or is kind of worthless for your character, you're going to spend a lot of time having to reclaim those points. It's actually going to be kind of a pain in the ass. So having a good idea of the direction you're going in that big sphere, like that big passive skill tree, is pretty essential. So and it's easy to find these builds online. You can go look. They have them all over the Path of Exile forums. You can just go look in the different class sub forums, and people just have build lists.
Right.
So it's pretty easy to find like some cool, really powerful builds for each class you want to do. But it's fun. I've been enjoying it like crazy. It's the free-to-play aspects are, as far as I can tell, most of them are pretty much superficial. I mean, you can buy another character slot. Mm-hmm. You can buy another bank tab. Like, they have the shared stash. But the stash is pretty huge, and you already get four big tabs. And, like, I have no room problems with it. Inventory, your character inventory is pretty small, but I don't think you can increase that size anyway. But the pay aspects are just, superficial. Change the way your character looks, change the way abilities look, change the way weapons look.
Right.
Get a pet.
Oh, aesthetic stuff, basically.
It's all very superficial aesthetics type stuff. It's not like there's no, as far as I can tell, experience boosts or buy a specific item type thing. Like it doesn't break the game, as far as I can tell. Like if you want to have the best shit in the game, you have to work for it.
Yeah.
So it's cool. They did an amazing job with this game. I've been enjoying it a lot. And it's a free fucking game.
Yeah.
Like I would have paid money for this.
Right.
Like it's good.
Well, that's the new model is create a good free game, and people who really love it will spend a good amount of money on it. That's the thing.
Yeah. And it uses the thing that threw me off so much is you can download it through Steam. But when you log in using your Steam credentials, and it does it automatically and authenticates through Steam. So you never actually have to create an account and create a password and set your email up. It's weird. Yeah. You just create your account name, and then that's it.
Oh, that's
it just goes. Because I kept being like where's my password? Where did I type in my password? Like, I didn't set up password. What's going on? Why is this really insecure? What's going on? Right. And then it's like, oh no, it's doing it all through Steam.
Nice.
So it's using the Steam Works to authenticate. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I'll have to try this out. I really got into. I played a little bit of Diablo 2 back in the day, but I've actually not recently, but a month ago, I've been playing a bunch of Diablo 3 on the PlayStation 3. So
3 is okay.
Yeah, so I kind of got into that. So I'll get this a shot. So, especially since it's free, when I get time. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you've been playing?
I bought the Stanley Parable. I haven't played it yet, but I played the demo. But the demo is actually independent experience of the game. Okay. It's entirely different. Like it's really funny. Like the demo is very self-aware that it's a demo, and it does some stuff that's really clever and quite hilarious. If you're somewhat interested in the Stanley Parable, just get the demo and play it, because it's not going to spoil the game at all for you. Right. It's not even a part of the game, and it's hilarious. And it's I guess it's a good representation of kind of like what the game is like.
Okay.
So I've been really trying to play that game, but I've just been between being sick and playing Path of Exile and working on my own game. I haven't had much time.
Yeah. I played. I had watched Jack play the original Stanley Parable thing, the original Stanley
I remember
game.
seeing him play on that. It was a Half-Life 2 mod, right?
Yeah, it was a Half-Life 2 mod, and it was fun watching Jack play that, because it was like it was like British Inception, But it seemed pretty enjoyable. I saw some of it at PAX Prime, but it was such a horrible atmosphere, and it was so loud you could hardly hear what anybody was saying. You couldn't really appreciate it.
That's not a PAX game. I would never try to play that at PAX.
It's not. So instead, I played a game about a dying child and then something about mental illness. So,
oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That dragon
Good times.
Good times. All right, Chris Davis.
What have I been playing?
What have you
Well, I have
played?
been playing 2 games, and both of them have turned out to be glitchy as fuck.
All right. Well, let's save Battlefield 4 for second.
Yeah, that is actually the second game.
Yeah.
The first game, I don't know why it's the 360 version, but it is. And that's Batman Arkham Origins.
All right.
And holy fuck, Batman, this game is so fucking glitchy.
So, I saw your Twitter, and you had a corrupted save. It was like 2 hours you lost, or was it half the game?
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours of progress I lost.
That's like the idea of a corrupted save bug. That's like the ultimate in bad bugs, pretty much.
I was a little upset.
Yeah. Did you know right away, or did you save and be like, it's all good. I'm going to go for some dinner, and then I'll get back, and then...
Well, I didn't... It didn't click for me, because it was right after I'd finished broadcasting a multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
And it had warned me when I switched over that a save file had been corrupted. And I thought that was like bullshit, because it didn't prompt me to change my hard drive or anything like that. So I thought it was just fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, next time I load up the game, it says, your save file is corrupted. Please delete it.
We want it out of here.
Fucking kidding me, game?
Your save file smells like poo. Please delete it. Right this very instant. There's no hope. There's no hope of getting your game back. Just delete it. Just give up. Get rid of it. We'll start all over again.
So luckily I wasn't that far into the story.
Right.
I was actually focusing on getting Riddler trophies and shit.
Right.
Which it's not even called Riddler trophies, but I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But I lost so much time. I had to start all over again and do all the fucking tutorial and do all this content that I was so over with already.
Was it automatic saving, or could you save by yourself? Could you like save your own files?
No, it was automatic saving.
So you couldn't even because when I have the option to save my own files, like if I'm playing Skyrim or something like that, I always keep 2 or 3 different save files and I switch through them as I'm saving. But
On Skyrim?
yeah,
Okay, not to put you in the ground.
I never do a new save every time.
I do a new save every time, and I probably have about 200 or so saves for Skyrim.
I never do that. I go back and delete old saves a little bit, like the one before or whatever. I switch it around.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get the Fallout 3 symptoms, which is like if you have too many saves, it like fucking crashes every time you load.
Yeah, that's what Fallout 3. If you had too many saves, the whole thing would just slow down and crash on you.
Well, I never had that problem, so. And I did it for Fallout 3 too. I'm a save scummer, man.
Yeah.
I will save scum to the crack of dawn.
So that's the worst, when they don't give you the option to save on your own and they have automatic saves that corrupt. It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, thanks WB Montreal. But there are so many things about this game that either A, are broken, B, don't make sense, or C, are a combination of the two.
Right.
It's so annoying.
Let's go through it. Give me a few examples. What doesn't make sense?
Okay, the story is kind of horseshit. It literally just you get to this final area and you beat a boss battle and then you go and confront the Joker and it ends. It just it fucking ends.
The whole game.
And that's it.
That's the end of the
Nothing
game. Spoiler alert, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'm
So-
You talk
trying
the
to
Joker
save
and
people.
ends. That's it.
Huh?
You just talk to him in the end. It ends.
Well, you kind of beat the crap out of him, but it ends.
But
it's a quick time sequence.
But it is a prequel, so you can't kill him or something.
No, I mean Batman doesn't kill, but
That's true.
he does beat the shit out of people.
Right.
You do get to beat the shit out of people,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just not nearly as satisfying as it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, let me go into the Riddler. The Riddler has always been like a staple of the Arkham series,
Right.
in which he has these little side things that you do every now and then. And there's these trophies. This time around, they're not trophies; they're extortion data.
Extortion data.
And the idea is that the Riddler, come the following morning, he's going to release these files that are supposed to incriminate like major league important people in the government of Gotham City, and it should throw the city into chaos. Well, I've collected pretty much every single goddamn one, and I always like it to be like the cherry on the top when I'm about to go fight the final boss. I go have the Riddler arrested and fucked up. No, as far as I can tell, it doesn't end.
What do you mean?
He just stays out there on the loose, and I can't do anything about it.
So you collect all of these what are supposed to be Riddler trophies, and you get them all, and then you're like, well, my job's done. That's it.
Yeah. You go in there, and you go into his hideout, and you stop his server from distributing stuff, and there's a door there. And you can't hack it. And there's a panel to do so, but there's like this jammer on the other side of the door, and therefore you can't disable the jammer to get to the comm and hack it.
Right.
Did you pre-order from GameStop and get the remote jammer rammer?
The remote. You need the remote jammer rammer is what you need.
I did no. I ordered from Amazon. I didn't think about that.
See,
You should have pre-ordered from GameStop. If you didn't get the rammer jammer.
Yeah, if you get it from
what
GameStop,
I
you get the jammer.
They are going to be just doing a metric fuck ton of DLC for this game.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but there are. I like DLC in general, but I will always get motherfucking pissed when the ending is DLC.
So you're kind of feeling like
I really enjoyed Asura's Wrath, but the ending was DLC.
So you're kind of feeling like this game is sort of unfinished, and they're like, "Oh, you want to fight the Riddler? Here's the Riddler DLC," and then you can get through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's complete bullshit.
It is utter bullshit. And for some reason, so in the Arkham games, you could stick around after the credits and just complete anything else you were missing in the game. But there are things that happen after the credits that you have to complete. Therefore, you can't complete the game until you've actually already beaten it. Does that make sense?
Wait, say that again. Say that one more time. Slower.
Okay.
More
There
feeling.
is content after the credits that you have to beat in order to complete the game.
After the credits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't I just beat the final boss and be done with the game? Why do I have to continue playing?
It's like a Dragon's Dogma.
Right. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma has half the game after the credits.
Yep.
Pretty much.
But, I mean, this content, it shouldn't, at least in my opinion, it should appear before the credits. All this content, sure, it should be optional to where I can complete it after the credits. But this stuff doesn't unlock until after the credits.
Chris, you don't understand. They're artists, and they're making a statement.
I don't fucking care if...
It's like when when the intro is really long, and then all of a sudden, then the title comes in of the movie like 30 minutes later, and it's like, wow. Wow, man.
Along with
art.
15 minutes of credits.
And then,
Just...
art.
No, just no. Just no. No.
There was a horror movie that did that. Which horror movie did that? There was a horror movie. Which one was it? I think it was the remake of Friday the 13th, right? When that came out a number of years ago. And they actually had a cool beginning. They had the beginning of the movie, and they did this like sort of like not really long, but this semi-long introduction to all the teenager characters that are supposed to come in, they're supposed to be there throughout the movie, right? And then of course, they slowly get killed throughout the movie, But they said, okay, and they did this whole thing with these teenage characters, and it was like 20 minutes. And then at the end of the 20 minutes, they all died. They all died after like all this exposition about who they were and all this stuff, and like they actually solidified them as characters. They killed them all in 20 minutes, and then the title screen appeared, and then you met the next group of teenagers. I remember I thought that was really neat the way they did that.
God, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was the remake.
Well, I mean this game. It's got so many fucking cliches. It's supposed to put emphasis on. This is the second year of Bruce Wayne being Batman. Spoiler alert. And it's him. It's his first time really experiencing and meeting these supervillains that come to be his nemesis in Gotham City.
Hence, the origins in the title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be. You would think that based on the ending of Arkham City and the way Arkham Asylum played out, you think this would be all about the Joker. That all these other characters would be, just like side things, but the real target is the Joker. And it kind of is. But then they throw Bane in, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
But he was just in a movie. You have to do something for the movie.
I really don't understand why can't they just focus on the fucking Joker? Which Troy Baker, by the way, does a fantastic Joker. It's really fucking close to Mark Hamill.
Right.
I mean, there's just little bitty bits that he can't quite get.
Right.
But other than that, he has a pretty solid performance.
What happened to Mark Hamill? Is he drinking again?
I don't know. He just evidently was unavailable for the project.
Drinking. Drinking.
Well, he might be involved with Rocksteady's next project, which, according to reports, is supposed to be a sequel to Arkham City.
It's called Arkham Drinking.
Yeah, maybe.
Arkham Drinking, Sloshy Edition. He does have a bit of a drinking problem, from what I hear.
Well, to tie into Batman being the world's greatest detective, there are these crime scenes you have to investigate throughout the game that just pop up as the story progresses at key checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you never come across these at all. No, these are not random crimes that just happen. You have to pass a certain point in the story in order for one of these crime scenes to activate.
I figured that was the way it was going to be.
Well, when you go to investigate these, you think that it would be like L.A. Noire. You're going around, you're investigating all the elements of the crime, everything that's there.
Right.
No, you're not. You are just cycling through the Bat computer predicts is the crime, and you see glowing red triangles.
Right.
And you press X.
I knew that was going to happen, though. People were like, "Did you see the detective mode with the helicopter? And you can actually spend time figuring out the crime now. I'm so excited. And I was like, you know what? I've seen this 1,000 times, and we've had this conversation. I was like, it looks like they're just, click the check boxes, check the boxes, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I figured out the crime. And that's pretty much exactly what it is, isn't it?
You can't get it wrong at all?
Yeah, of course not.
He narrates through the entire thing, so you automatically know what he's thinking. There's nothing left for you to actually deduce.
Right.
It's just a poorly made mechanic that, honestly, I'd rather see a cinematic. I'd rather just not have to be involved in going through that environment and holding down X.
Right.
Just show me a fucking cinematic and tell me to go capture this guy. And that's it. Just let me do that. But no. No. No, I have to go through this entire charade for like 10 cases.
10 cases of that?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm sitting here going, man, this sounds like it really sucks, but at least you probably only have to do it 2 or 3 times. 10 cases. Well, you know why they can make 10 cases? Because it's fucking easy to develop that kind of thing overall.
Yeah.
10 cases of that.
Only 2 of them are a little interesting. The rest are kind of mundane. Oh, he shot that guy because he was spying on him. Oh, he ran that guy over because he backed out of a deal. It's mundane shit that is boring as fuck. And in the end, when you go capture some of these guys, they just use the standard character models. They don't make anything special for these characters.
Wow. You see, you know what's? I tell you, I would say, Arkham City. I had my issues with Arkham City, but at least then, yes, the detective mode was also kind of crappy, like you're saying. But at least they were like the detective mode stuff was linked to these overarching plot lines of like hunting down other people, and it was like there's kind of an exciting, cat and mouse thing you would do throughout the game that was linked to these detective things, but it was the story things. It was cool, like you tracking down the sniper guy. That was really cool. The serial killer. That was really fun. But this sounds just like paltry bullshit.
It kinda is.
I remember, did they do they did one of those like making of, and the guy's like, "We want you to feel what it's like to be the world's best detective. We've done this thing where you can fast forward and rewind the crime scenes. Look at the helicopter." And they always show the helicopter. Look at the helicopter.
Yeah, it's always a helicopter.
You worked it out, and the helicopter fell here. It's amazing. You're the world's greatest detective. And it's all bullshit. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Arkham bullshit.
Yeah.
This
and speaking of the presentation for this game, it looks like bullshit. There may be elements like, the character models maybe, and some of the inside environments they're kind of nice, but this game looks like shit.
Really? What looks like shit? Because Arkham City was really pretty, I thought.
90% of your experience is flying around in Gotham City,
right?
In snowy conditions,
right? Beating
up dudes.
That's
all the game is.
Sounds like Batman to me.
It sounds like Batman, but you think there would be some fucking variety going on. And there isn't.
What about the indoor environment?
It is a total fucking rehash of Arkham City, and it annoys the fuck.
Well, you have to understand, you're very upset about this, Chris. You're very upset about this.
The more I think about it, the more angry I get.
You're kind of like how I was when I came out of The Dark Knight Rises and I started thinking about it. Let me tell you, I'm gonna make a blanket statement that I believe to be true. The Dark Knight Rises, was the one with Bane and all that, is a shitty movie. It really is a shitty movie. It is. Everyone listening right now knows in their heart of hearts that it is true.
I've never even seen it.
Dark Knight Rises is a shitty movie. Let me give you an example. You've never seen it, Bob, but Chris has, and by his silence, I can tell he's shocked. Let me give you an example. Chris. So, at one point, spoiler alert, Gotham City gets taken over by Bane and his people. I've taken over your city. Takes over the city. At the same time that he's taken over the city, Bruce Wayne is in a hole in Pakistan. And I'm not doing that for, he's literally in a big hole in Pakistan. Okay? Mm-hmm. He eventually gets out of the black. How do you get out of my hole? He gets out of the hole, Bane's hole. He gets out of Bane's hole. You beat it out of my hole. He gets and in the last shot, he's walking away from the hole through the desert wearing pajamas.
Not even with a horse with no name.
Not even with a horse with no name. In pajamas. And J52 is saying this is the third time this has come up. I know, because it shocks me to this day. He's walking through the desert in Pakistan in pajamas. In the next shot, which happens not even 5 minutes later, he appears under an underpass in a suit in Gotham City. How does that happen? And do not say because he's Batman, because that's what everyone says.
No, I would not say it. No, there is a lot of ambiguity as to how they explain how time passes in that movie.
Really? How about that? That?
It's very ambiguous.
It is. I also love the part where they're in a city that conceivably has crime outside of Bane and his holes. And they're like, we think there's a bomb in the subway. Let's send every police officer we have into a confined space. Everyone. It's like Gary Oldman suddenly turned into his character from The Professional. Send me everyone! Like he forgot what movie he was in.
Well, it did help that the guy who made that decision blew up like 20 minutes later.
That's true. That's true.
Which was enjoyable, because he was always an asshole.
Right. So anyway, it sounds like this game has taken some nods from The Dark Knight Rises.
It's made a lot of terrible decisions. Now, so the way they explain or how they've set up the world is that they took Arkham City. They remodeled just a little bit of it so it's not as flooded and it feels like a more lived-in place.
Yeah.
And then they built this whole other area called South Gotham, which is connected by this huge-ass bridge. Takes you like 2 minutes to cross. And that's supposed to be like a part of downtown Gotham. You got the Diamond District, you got a shopping area, things like that. Mm-hmm. And it does double the space of the map, and that's kind of nice.
Right.
But it's not exciting. And it's not really. But what really just fucking bugs me about that reused content. So in Arkham City, you could go to Crime Alley, and you could find a chalk outline of Bruce's parents dead on the ground and a single rose on the ground right next to it.
Yes, I do recall.
And it's a sad fucking scene. And Batman goes there in Arkham City, and he has a moment. Okay?
Right. It's a little cutscene thing if you go there and find it.
Yeah. You go there in Arkham Origins.
A little Easter egg, I call it.
You go there in Arkham Origins, and the chalk outline's still there. Right. It's the same fucking rose, but nothing fucking happens.
How many maybe he's getting, Mr. Wayne is allowed to move on, Chris Davis. How much longer is he supposed to? Oh, that's true. That's true.
No, you can't say it. It's a fucking prequel. No,
maybe he's still in shock from his parents' death, and he hasn't really come and faced it or very much yet. So he doesn't really have
the entire point of him being Batman.
Right. But we all he's refocusing his energies, and then later he probably comes to terms with his parents' death, and it's in the second game that he allows himself to have a moment. What I want to know is, that's a damn Hardy Rose. Where'd he get that? Is that 1-800-Flowers or what?
Yeah, it lasts 6 years.
That's like 1-800-Flowers. A big commercial.
What about the chalk outline? Is it like
it's still there? It is literally recycle content.
Spray paint. They sprayed paint.
Spray paint. Yeah, chalk would wash out.
It would. When your parents. It's true. When your parents are killed, when you're a child, they don't use chalk. They use spray paint. So that when you're just walking around, you can always see where it happened. That's what they do in the world. I know this for a fact because I wrote that law.
So I mean that pisses me off. The one thing that just fucking just irks me so much about this game. Mm-hmm. Rocksteady created a fantastic combat system. It's very simple, it works very well, and it feels fucking good. Mm-hmm. Okay? You remember this combat system. It was great, right?
Yeah.
How they fucked it up, I have no idea.
Well, why'd they change it?
I don't know.
What did they do?
I will tell you.
Okay.
That somehow, some way, they do introduce a few new enemies, but it's nothing that you think would harm the game. Right. But somehow there is delay, or there's something off about it, because I am fucking atrocious at it. I used to be able to do combos all fucking day long in Asylum and Arkham City. And I could do like 100 hit, 200 hit combos, and I'd be doing fucking well. But this thing, I'm lucky if I pass 25 hits.
Is it
it's
just
off? It is not nearly as forgiving in your counters. The camera fucks up very, very often.
Yeah, see, that's not good.
You think you go up against a wall, and the camera's in there. you think the camera would go through the wall and make the wall transparent so you can still see something that's around you. No, it hits the wall and it stops and it just pans down to the character. So you can't see shit around you. You can't do anything.
That's like PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider camera shit.
It is. It is 2013 and we have this problem still.
I don't know.
I messed with the cameras, Batman.
All the time.
I bet you can't do combos because I messed with the camera.
They messed with the camera. They messed with your equipment. They give you these shot gloves.
I'm quite dastardly.
They were in the Arkham City Wii U edition version of the game. That really fucks up your opponents. Okay, it increases your critical hit points. It makes enemies so much easier to take down. And it just takes a few seconds to charge up, as long as you can keep a combo going. But they introduce that later into the game, and it completely breaks the fucking combat. Because everything, it's the easy button. You press it, boom, you destroy everything.
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't make it easier. It just makes it.
It just takes the fun out of it.
Way too easy. Yeah.
You just beat the shit out of people in like one or two punches with these gloves, and it's over. They're down. They're dead. It's gone.
Right. It seems like they have a huge amount of balance issues in this game.
The only thing I truly enjoyed, and I mean this, like I said, this game is glitchy as fuck. Not only did I have corrupt saves, the game was crashing every hour and a half for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was locking at my system. I had to restart and all that shit. No. The only thing I truly enjoyed, and this is controversial with people, is the Deathstroke boss fight that happens early in the game. And it's kind of cool because they pull in the camera, and it's you and him facing off in an arena high cat. And you're fucking throwing punches and dodging sword strikes, and he's using a tool against you that you get to use right after that fight. And it's kind of a cool boss fight, in my opinion. But the thing is, after that boss fight, you never encounter Deathstroke ever again.
I see.
And they were milking the shit out of Deathstroke in all the promotional material for this game. I mean, they were every single thing they did. Oh, Deathstroke's in there. Oh yeah, if you pre-order, you can be Deathstroke in some challenge maps. You don't see him ever again until the very fucking end of the game, and you get like 15 seconds worth of conversation. That's it. You don't get anything else.
Wow. So they were pushing him.
They pushed it so fucking hard, and in the end, nothing comes from it.
There's a joke about something called Deathstroke.
There's a dick joke about.
Yeah, there's a dick stroke about they're not like nothing comes of it, and his name is Deathstroke, but it'll take me a little bit of time to get there.
Finally got our puns.
Weren't some people liking it? Didn't Nick like it?
Nick evidently likes it, but
okay.
me and Chris Guthridge, Crispy, we are of very similar opinions, and we are both very disappointed by this game.
Yeah. Well, Crispy was really excited about it, and I can imagine his.
He's about as devastated as Nolan this week, I think.
And is Nolan devastated because of Black Flag?
No, he's devastated because of the South Park news.
Oh, so real quick. So it's been announced that South Park, the Stick of Truth, has been delayed to 2014. I tell you, Chris, you and I saw that game at this past E3, and it was okay.
It was all right,
but it
had some jankiness to it.
It had some jankiness to it, and I personally feel like the feel was kind of pretty off. There was probably more fart jokes in 12 minutes of gameplay than there is in an entire season of South Park, I think.
There's a distinct possibility there.
Yeah.
And, I can't give it a pass because it's an Obsidian game. I cannot bring myself to trust it at all.
Right.
But there is a reason why it was delayed from its March 2013 release until December and then into next March. Mm-hmm. It's because on the surface, I mean, visually, it looks fucking fantastic. You can't tell, without the HUD and the camera angle, you can't tell the difference between the game and the actual show.
Right.
But it just looks fucking mediocre.
Yes, it looks like it would get old pretty quick. The kind of stuff you were doing. I just hope that in this, I think in an interview they had said they're actually quote unquote going to be turning the game upside down to get it ready for release. I just hope they don't touch the visual style. I don't want to.
They're not going to touch the visual.
I don't want to see like this PlayStation 2 3D South Park shit they tried to do a long time ago.
No, it's literally going to be upside down.
It's actually it's going to be upside down. Yeah. It's going to be like
you have to buy DLC to
revert
it.
to revert it back up. Yeah, I can see that.
Or you can pre-order from GameStop.
Right. It's a special GameStop deal. Oh, well. All right. Well, let's take our break, and then when we come back, we have to talk about Battlefield 4. And then I can bitch about Battlefield 4. About some stuff, but we'll see. All right, guys. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, I think. Can I get this music running? Possibly.
You can beatbox for the entire break.
You have to beatbox the entire break, Bob. Almost like that. Oh, yeah. This thing.
I mean, Tara's right behind you. She can do it.
We can get Tara to do it.
Be involved in the show.
Yeah. There we go. All right, guys. We'll be right back. right. Oh, wrong one. Hey, everybody, we are back. Welcome back to Cocktail Time here at 4Player Network. The most wonderful place in the world. Want to thank all its subscribers. If you like what we do here at 4Player Network, please think about subscribing. What you do helps keep us keep the lights on and the doors open. But thanks to everyone who is watching us tonight live over at 4pp.tv, where we do this pretty much every Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Talking about this and that and all this kind of good stuff. All right. So, Chris Davis, sir, you have also been playing Battlefield 4, correct?
Yes, I have. I've been playing quite a bit of it this weekend.
Quite a bit, huh?
Currently a level 21.
Jesus Christ! You know. I'll tell you what. I would probably also be about level 20 something as well, if the fucking servers didn't keep crashing, and I kept losing all of my experience points. It's been ridiculous. So everyone's kind of freaking out. If you go to the Battlefield forums, people are really pissed off, and rightly so. I mean, it's basically, I would say 70% of my games end with a crash, which, of course, it means that I then don't get any of the experience points or unlocks or anything that I work so hard to get during that time. And it's kind of ridiculous, especially since apparently there was a double XP weekend, but not on PC, or at least not for me, because I wasn't getting double XP. And then I pretty much wasted an entire 50% experience booster.
Oh, I mean, for the PC, this weekend was a no XP weekend.
It was the no XP weekend. You're right. It wasn't
a promotion.
It wasn't double XP. It was no XP.
This is
You
surprising.
weren't paying attention to the fine print.
That's what it was.
Considering how well in air quotes, like how well the beta went, like I'm surprised this is just so bad.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, they did a beta, but it happened, like a few weeks before launch? What are they possibly really going to fix in that amount of time? I mean, I think they did some basic balancing stuff, they did some frame rate work, but I would say that the servers are more stable during the beta than they were for the actual game. And I don't know what happens in terms of server infrastructure and whatnot for that change to take place or what. But something went wrong. I mean, they've been patching servers like crazy. I think there's like 4 or 5 patches now, all server side, that they've put out. And I guess the way the game is situated, a lot of the patches, even the ones that sort of require some client-side stuff, it's just all server-side. So it's kind of weird the way they're doing it. Almost like how fighting games, all the patches are usually done server-side instead of client-side, so you usually don't have to download very much. They're kind of doing something like that. But it's just been ridiculous. It's just been ridiculous. And
yeah, it's also been kind of ridiculous on the console side as well.
Yeah, I gave up last night? Last night, I gave up, and I was playing a bunch of Operation Locker, which is sort of like the new Metro, and it's good for infantry-based combat, high rate of experience. It's like Metro, where if you get in a good position and you're shooting dudes and you're putting down ammo or you're putting down health packs, you can rack up the experience pretty good. And I don't think I finished maybe I had one match of Operation Locker that I was actually able to complete without the game crashing. And it happened one more time, and I basically gave up and said I'm done until there is a major patch and people start saying that it's okay now, because why waste my time? It's an XP based game where I need to get my unlocks, I want to get my AEK, I want to get my attachments, and if I can't do that, if I'm always just rolling the dice, and apparently they're weighted dice, it's like gambling, the house always wins, and the server's going to crash each time. Why even bother wasting my time with that?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of ridiculous. I don't. I'm kind of disappointed. I tell you, because the game itself is really good. Like the gunplay is really good. All the good things that we said about the beta, are still there. It's even better in some cases. I mean, I would say even better because if you remember, one of my main gripes when we were playing that map was like, I was like, where's the full building destructibility? Where are the crumbling buildings from Bad Company 2? I missed that. Why don't they have that here? Well, they do have it. It's just not in that. It's just not in that.
You didn't see him in the beta.
It's just not in that map. It's in other maps.
Oh, okay.
So it's got some good stuff going on, and then but none of it matters. None of it matters if the server's going to crash and you're not going to get any of your experience. Like that foundationally needs to be stable for this game to work. As if it doesn't, then it just doesn't. It's kind of ridiculous. So I don't know what they're going to do. I know they're working pretty hard at it. Personally, I think when they got this stuff situated and good to go, I think they need to have another double XP weekend and then give everyone like a free 100% hour or 2 XP booster for the troubles.
The reason why I got double XP was it was part of a GameStop promotion. You entered a code at
really
doublexp.battlefield.com.
After all the joking, you're joking.
And it gives you a launch weekend double XP.
Oh, you're joking, right?
It's serious.
No, you're joking. You have to be joking because we were just joking about this stuff. I can't tell. See, this is the state of the game industry. I can't tell if you're joking or not because you could be telling the truth, but I don't know anymore because this industry can be so fucked up.
Well, I was going to point out that they've there's already a thread in their forums, addressing like every single problem they're having, like corrupt save files and audio bugs and the server crashes, like what you're talking about. But they said that there are some people who are also having double XP problems, so they're going to be reconciling that at a later date for those people.
Interesting. Well,
so you may get something out of it.
Well, what they can do, I mean, all that stuff is on your, on your personal record, on your permanent record, so they could actually see how much XP you gained during those days, and if you got double XP or not, and then credit you that experience if they wanted to. I mean, you can go back to the logs and do that pretty automatically, I would guess. But because
that is if the server doesn't dump the logs.
I doubt it would because they have to do stuff like look things up for people who are cheating and check their logs and kill logs and stuff. So I would think they would hold on to that stuff. But anyway, it's Battlefield. Like we said, it's kind of Battlefield 3.5. It looks really pretty. It's
there are a lot of balance changes and things that they've done that have made it really fucking interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what, the RFB gun can suck my dick because that thing is overpowered, and I'm just not saying that because it kills me all the time.
Wait, is that the DMR?
No, it's the RFB for recon. All I know is it shoots like fucking lasers, and they can shoot like 5 or 6 shots, like boom, 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 and it just destroys you. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous gun, and I hate recons. I hate sniper classes. I want a Battlefield 4 server where you can't be a recon. That would be a good server.
I've actually been playing a lot of recon.
You would. You would, Chris.
Well, I was going to say, the way they're working the classes this time around, it's almost to create a class system. And I think that's really fucking cool.
Explain, because you've gotten deeper into this stuff than I have. I know that, well, even in Battlefield 3, you could be a recon but carry around a shotgun if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. And they're continuing
but it was
that.
for like very specific weapons.
Yeah.
What they're doing this time around, each class has a certain type of weapon they have exclusive access to.
Right.
So soldiers have exclusive access to assault rifles, engineers have access to personal defense weapons, snipers get sniper rifles, support gets light machine guns. But they also, every class also has access to 3 different shotguns and DMRs, which are designated marksman rifles.
Right.
And sniper rifles this time around are they're pure sniper rifles.
Yeah.
But DMRs are some of the previously Battlefield 3 sniper rifles that were semi-automatic. You could fire as fast as you could shoot them.
That's what this thing is, this RFB thing.
Yeah, I've actually been using that gun in question now that I think about it, and it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got some. It's actually kind of underpowered in my opinion.
What? That's a crazy talk.
When it takes me 5 shots to accurately kill an enemy without a headshot, that kind of bugs me with a DMR.
Yeah, but you can do it from like hundreds of feet away.
Well, that's if you have the right stability mods and things that are going on the gun.
Right.
But you have access to all these different weapons beyond just your standard assault rifle or whatever.
Right.
And that's kind of cool. So I can build my own version of my ideal class for every single type of soldier I want to play as.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And I'm kind of digging that. They've got that balance going. They've changed up a lot of the base stats for like the rocket launchers, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of there being parity between the Russian and the American weapons, they have differences. So, for example, in Battlefield 3, you had the Stinger and the Saiga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Stinger, it functions just like it did in Battlefield 3. But they changed the Saiga to where you fire it, but you have to keep aiming and hold a lock on the jet in order for the missile to hit.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, and they trade off a damage boost to that as a balance.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. And then there's the special weapons you'll find strewn about the map. Sure,
Yeah,
I really like those.
No, I remember. Yeah. So in the mind breaking in the beta, there was the one in the middle of the map that shot like. It was like a grenade launcher, but it was a gun kind of grenade launcher thing. It was super powerful, but it would have like 8 shots and you'd be done with it, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Well, you just probably never got it, Bob.
I probably never got it.
You never got it. You had to kind
I
of
was too
know
busy
where
sucking.
it was. Sucking dicks.
No, yeah, under the bridge, big black dicks.
Big juicy
somehow.
battle dicks. Battle dicks 4. Welcome to Battle
4
Dicks.
battle dicks in the face.
I'm a battle dick whore.
Welcome to Battle Dicks. Frostbite 6. Battle Dicks.
I'm gonna spoil it for you there, Bob. That's not Frost.
They told me it was cream filling.
Happy birthday, Bob. What? It was cake. Vanilla cake. No. Battle Dicks 4. Anyway, what are we talking about? Yeah, so... yeah, I have. Like I said, I think I'm level 10. Actually, I'm not sure. I remember being level 10. I remember getting to level 10, and then maybe the server crashed. So maybe I'm back down to 9. Who knows? It's a crapshoot with Battle Dicks. Welcome to Battle Dicks. How much XP you get? None. Well, congratulations. It came out before Call of Duty Ghosts, so that's all that matters. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? I had something in my brain before Battle Dicks popped in there, and the Battle Dicks push it out with their
They do forcefully insert themselves.
throbbing. Shadow Cycle Battle Dick 4 developed by Dick. Excuse me. That was funny.
Die there, Justin.
I'm dying a slow, painless death. Really, I was going to say something, and I totally talk more about Battlefield 4. I'll remember.
Why don't we talk about the map design? Let's talk about that.
Well, it has Levolution.
Has Levolution, and the Levolution's all right.
I'll tell you what. I haven't experienced much of the Levolution at all, because I mean a little bit. So there's the what is it? The Chinaman Harbor. What was the name? The resort one.
Hanoi Resort.
That's it. That's it. Not Chinaman Harbor. That's a different game altogether.
That's not racist
That's
at all.
not racist at all. No, Hanoi Resort. So the Levolution, it's like almost like a show. Like find out, guess the Levolution. That's where half the hotel crumbles apart. Correct? Is that the Levolution of the?
Yeah, both sides of the hotel will fall apart, but not the center spire, as far as I understand.
Okay, so I've only ever been on that where one side fell apart, but not the other one. So
Yeah, they'll both fall apart, and I don't think it really makes all that much difference.
that doesn't.
But,
That's.
I mean,
It's not much of a levolution. It's just a little bit, you know.
yeah, it is quite the surprise when you run into the building and realize, oh shit, it's coming down on top of you.
Right. That's true. But I've only seen that happen once. And then there's the one with where the ship comes into the shore.
Parasail storm.
Paris Hilton Storm is that one. That's it, right? Hilton Storm. Paris Hilton Storm.
Parasail as an umbrella.
Paris Hilton Storm. Right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I've been on that one, but I've only been on that map during Team Deathmatch. So I haven't had the Paris Hilton ship ram our little beach party yet. And then there's the one in the beta with the thing that comes down. We all knew that one. And then what else is there?
Well, there's Zavod 318.
I think
it's kind of cool.
I don't think I've ever played that map.
So Zavod 318, it's a kind of a forested area in which you're battling for control of this Soviet era weapons factory.
I have. Oh yes, that one. I have played that one. I played that on Domination. Oh, Domination.
Yeah. So the levolution for that, I think, is actually kind of cool. You'll go into one of the points on the map, and you'll find amongst all this derelict, tanks and just parts and shit like that, you'll find this like multi-display like computer setup, kind of like the fucking Batcave or whatever at the end of The Dark Knight.
And does it have a button you push and a timer goes down?
Yeah, it says you go up to it and it's a laptop and it says start timer and you press it.
I've pressed that button.
And it doesn't seem like anything's going to happen.
Yeah, I just walked away. I was like, all right, time to go shoot people.
Yeah, it actually takes a while for it to start to happen.
Uh-huh.
But what happens is it calls in this like off-map missile strike that continues to rain down for as long as the timer keeps going. And when it gets to that point, when the missiles start falling on that point of the map, it takes down like the smokestack in the middle of the area. It kind of fucks up both buildings.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool. And like I said, it keeps going. So if you're hanging out on that roof and you're not paying attention and you hear a whistling sound, it's time to fucking run.
Right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
That's a good. I say that's a good map. I like that map because it's a really good, mixture between infantry and vehicular combat, which I like.
There's which Christopoulos actually points out in chat. There's a map called Rogue Transmission. I haven't seen its levolution.
I haven't either.
Why are we even saying levolution?
Because they've told
map
us
event. Let's call it a map event because levolution, we're giving it too much credit.
Yeah, because some of these things aren't really a levolution.
Yeah.
Map event.
Well,
in
Rogue Transmission, you're trying to take control of this kind of GoldenEye inspired giant satellite dish.
Yeah, that's a good map too.
I haven't actually been able to play all that much of it.
It's cool.
I want to know what it does.
Well, I haven't seen its map event or whatever we're going to call it, but that map is kind of neat because it's sort of you have infantry and vehicle stuff on the outside, but underneath the dome it acts as protection, mostly a lot from vehicles and especially aircraft. So there's a lot of cool infantry combat that can happen under that dome section. Maybe the dome just crashes down and squishes everything.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That'd be kind of neat.
There's Dawnbreaker, which I don't know what its evolution is. Oh, goddamn, map event.
Scripted event.
Scripted. Well, they're not really scripted though.
They're scripted.
Actually,
they're
they
just
kind
triggered
of
by
are.
damage.
Yeah, they're triggered by damage and then they happen.
No, there are. It depends on the mode you're playing on. On Conquest, it's not scripted, but when you're playing on Rush, for example, it is.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, For example, there's Flood Zone, I think it's called.
Yeah, no,
And it's this part of a city that's slowly flooding,
right.
and on the entire right-hand side of the map is this giant levee. And when you get to a certain point, like the attacking team's destroyed 2 sets of the rush points,
Mm-hmm.
the levee will break and flood the entire area.
Oh, okay. See, I think I've only played that when it was already flooded. So I've always swimming around, and then I try to get to the roofs, and
Yeah, that map it's surprisingly vertical too. I thought that was kind of
that is kind of cool.
it's kind of cool, but also unusual. I mean, the rest of the game it really isn't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends.
I think Operation Locker's map event is kind of shit. That's just me.
That's just when the center tower falls, right?
Yeah, and it
Yes.
serves no purpose. It doesn't change the way you play that area.
Yeah, no, it's kind of ridiculous. That doesn't really do it.
I mean, at least in Siege of Shanghai, when that fucking skyscraper comes down, you can't snipe from there. You're no longer effective against helicopters. You're just fighting on the ground. There's no difference.
Operation Locker is a pretty simplistic map overall.
Yeah.
But I like it though because I like, it has, like I said, it has that metro thing. Well, I like it because you can just get a lot of XP. Let's be honest, and I do, and it's kind of cool imagery stuff. But I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, it does have a lot of alternative paths, so you can flank pretty well. Just it's a lot of shooting people in the back on that map.
Yeah.
But I kind of enjoy it. I need the servers to come back and be well. Here's my question to you though. You're on the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
How's it look on the console?
It looks like shit. It absolutely looks like crap.
Does
This is Battlefield 3 maybe on just a step above low settings.
Oh, so it looks worse than Battlefield 3.
It looks like the beta. And you played the beta, right?
Yeah.
On the console, I mean.
Yes, I played it on the console, and then I played it on the PC.
Yeah, so it's worlds different, when you go to the PC, obviously. But I don't know. I'm tolerating it.
I would think it's something
okay.
you kind of get used to after a little while. Right?
Yeah, you just gotta get used to, dealing with kind of bland textures and just bad shadows. But other than that, it's all right.
Does it have? It has only 32 players on the Xbox, right?
No, it's 24.
24 players.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Not
I mean,
per side or in total?
total.
Total? That's less than Battlefield 3, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I think it's the same as it was in 3.
No, 3 on the 3 Battlefield 3 on the 360 had 32 players.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Levolution takes 8 slots.
Yeah, it does. You got to You know what you should have did? You should have pre-ordered through Best Buy. That would have been 32 players.
Oh, yeah, that would have done it.
Yeah, you
No.
pre-ordered through the wrong place. So,
No, I don't know, the scaling. Granted, I haven't played the PC version. None of us have played the next-gen version, but there's
Right.
supposed to be parity there between the two. But at least for the consoles, the levels feel big. I mean, pretty damn big.
That's because there's only 24 people in them.
No, I'm talking about, getting from point A to point B on a map. It feels big.
Yeah. They lower the run speed, so it seems big. That's how they do it.
I mean, like Paracel Storm, I love the storm that actually hits and what happens there.
Yeah.
But it takes you quite a while to cross that map.
See, again, I've only played that map on Team Deathmatch, so like a tiny little area. So.
Oh yeah, you got to play that on Conquest. I haven't played it. All right, I think I have played it on Rush, but the way they start out the Rush, it's on the destroyed aircraft carrier way out there. So neither team has been able to get past that.
Okay. Yeah, so one match I do like that I found, I think it's a new mode too, is Conquest, but not there's two types of Conquest. There's Conquest and there's Conquest Large. And Conquest Large is the really huge maps. And then, so this is probably not on the Xbox 360. This is probably just on PC.
Yeah, there's nothing but there is no Conquest Large.
Okay, so on PC, there's two types of Conquest. There's Conquest Large, which is whole map, big conquest areas, the entire thing. And there's something just called Conquest, which are smaller maps, not quite team deathmatch maps, but like between the size of team deathmatch and Conquest Large, but they're just smaller areas for Conquest, and it's a tighter, more infantry based Conquest mode that's actually really fun. It feels almost like a team deathmatch, but with objectives, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, that size might be comparable to the consoles. Maybe I have no idea. I have to see for myself.
I don't think so. From the way you're talking about it, because these maps are still pretty small. But yeah, I think this is just maybe a mode that just isn't available on consoles or something, or at least current gen consoles. So, I don't know. What's been your experience with servers crashing and stuff? Has it been as much as me? Because it doesn't. I mean. You're level 20 something. I mean, it doesn't sound like you're having as many issues as I've been.
No, I'm not. The servers are not crashing for me nearly as much as you. I mean, I've lost connection like 3 or 4 times maybe
in total
all weekend.
Oh, jeez.
But the real problem for me is the game locking up and crashing.
Oh, so it's more client side for you.
Yeah, it's client side. It's my system locking up, and I have to reset the thing.
Oh, wow. See, for us, it's the server crashes, and we just the game crashes, and then you're back on Origin, like looking at the servers is what happens. And I've been with Soulglove, who's actually in chat right now. I was playing with Soulglove a bunch this weekend, and we get into a game, we'd be playing, and all of a sudden the fucking thing would crash, and we'd be back, and we'd be chatting with each other like, fuck, there it goes, And there goes, like I said, of course, there goes all your XP as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they handled that updating the same way on the console. So I have lost quite a few points, and it's been unfortunate, but thanks to the double XP going on, I didn't lose all that much. I am surprised. Number one, I'm even without the double XP, I'm surprised at how fast I'm ranking up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've played for maybe 9-10 hours total in the multiplayer, and I'm already like a level 21. I remember that taking me for fucking ever.
Yeah, they definitely tightened up the lower end of the levels to make them come a little bit faster.
And I'm unlocking shit like it's nobody's business.
Well, you unlock stuff normally, then you're getting the battle packs, which is unlocking even more stuff.
Yeah, and I like how they're kind of doing that battle pack system.
I don't mind it. It's kind of neat. It's kind of like, boom, I got some new stuff. And
it's exactly like how they did in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Except you're just earning them based on your levels and ranking up versus actually purchasing them with in-game currency.
And also kills. I think every 50 kills for a weapon, you get a battle pack for that weapon, I think.
Not in my experience.
Really? Because I heard that. Rival X Factor said something about that in one of his YouTube videos today.
At least in the console side, Rival X Factor is wrong.
It's all different stuff. Have you played any of the single player?
Not yet.
Why would you?
I
hear it's not very good.
So my review of the game is going to be primarily based on the next gen version.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record me playing through the first level on the 360, and then I'm going to record and play through the entire campaign on the Xbox One, and then just as part of my review, that will be like some comparative footage.
Okay. And make sure you play some of that next-gen multiplayer, too.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
Some of that.
But, I mean, the reason why I bought the game early and tolerated it is the fact that, your stats will transfer.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
The console family.
Are they doing that $10 upgrade thing as well?
Yeah.
See, now I'm wondering if I should have gotten it for PS3 and just gotten the $10 upgrade. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm probably just going to buy it again for the PS4.
Yeah, but you're going to have to also
Read.
start all over again.
You know, it seems like in this day and age, with the way technology is, you shouldn't have to do that. Like, you just have a sign-in, and no matter where you play it, your stats stay the same.
No, if you build your architecture right, sure, you can easily transfer your stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's twofold. Number one, it's balance. You know, when you switch to a new system, you release on a new system, players who have played previously or played on another system, they're going to have a distinct advantage for quite a while. Because all they have to do is just import their stuff, and they can fucking destroy everything. And number two, it's a way for the publisher and developer to get more money out of the customer.
No, that's true. That is true.
And that's what they're doing.
That's what.
Because it's Electronic Arts.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Oh, well. All right. So let's... is there any news we need to go through real fast? Because it's 10:02. We probably got Brad waiting in the wings to take over again.
Oh, he can wait. He got to play Saints Row for another 15 extra minutes.
That is true.
That's not fair for us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do for Halloween?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I went...
I did not leave the apartment.
Tell you what I did. I was tired because I was still on my third 60-hour week, but I went and I had sushi buffet, and then I went to the Spirit Halloween store.
Oh, God, that place.
And then I went to the mall, is what I did. And I went to the mall, excuse me, and I saw the strangest thing. I walk into the mall, and I only go to the mall. I went to the mall only because the sushi buffet place was like right next to the mall, and I was like, well, let's walk around a bit. You know, we'll go into the mall, walk around a bit. Because it was getting cold outside. And in the mall, there were all these children, like hundreds of children,
Of course there would be.
dressed up in costumes, trick-or-treating at all the stores.
Yep.
That's so weird. Like, don't they have houses?
They do it in major cities.
Yeah,
They
that
do the same
happens.
thing in San Francisco.
It happens more often than you think.
Oh, you go to... I don't get it. Why wouldn't you just go to houses? Why would you go to the mall to get candy from these poor
Because
people?
people would think it's a safer environment.
Yeah, like, what if you live in a bad neighborhood? You're gonna go like down the street with a bunch of crackheads?
You get some good treats over there, perhaps. It was very strange to me. I'd never seen that before. You know, when I was a little kid, you know, I grew up in Jersey, and it wasn't like a really rough area. I mean, I go back there now recently, and I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of crappy here. But, I mean, it was okay. My parents went with me, and I went from house to house. My little bag, or my little plastic pumpkin is what I had, actually.
Oh, yeah.
My plastic pumpkin.
You got that from the Happy Meal from Halloween?
No. I don't know where I got it. My grandparents had it. You know, they had already raised kids, so there I was with my pumpkin. It's probably from like the 70s. And I was, you know, do my little thing. And it never occurred to any of us or anything to go to the mall to trick or treat. It's very bizarre to me. Is it because of pedophiles? Is that what it is?
I don't think it's just because of pedophiles. I think this is a relatively new tradition because this is the first time I saw it. I was like you. I was completely confused by it.
Right.
But it was when I lived in San Francisco. And it makes sense that if you live in a city, like a lot of the people live just like on a street where it's either really difficult to get to some of the buildings. Like fucking San Francisco, you're not going to go all the way up, you know, 3 flights of stairs to get to someone's building, or 2 flights of stairs to get into their door.
San Francisco is built on one giant hill.
Listen. When it comes to candy, kids will crawl through glass covered in dog shit. They don't care. It's the parents that don't want to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Kids will go up the stairs for candy. It's the parents.
So they do lots of trick or treating in the malls during Halloween these years. I don't know when it started, but it was not for our generation.
Right. It was very strange. And it was like, you know, and I don't know, it was just very, I'd never seen that before. But I'll tell you one thing I learned while walking through the mall filled with
Leering
kids.
at kids.
Leering at Let me tell you what I learned by staring and leering at children at the mall. It's that little kids' Halloween costumes have gotten really good compared to the shit we had when we grew up. When I grew up, you know what you had? It was a plastic Halloween mask and like a vinyl jumpsuit that was like.
Look what our parents had when they were growing up.
Well, they had, they would put like horse piss on their face and go, "I'm a clown."
They'd be walking around in like a potato sack.
Yeah, and horse piss on their face. Look, I'm Pissy the Clown. Pissy the Clown. But I mean, now like these little kids are in these fucking Iron Man costumes that have like the muscles on them that are awesome, and they have the thing on the front glows and shit. I'm like, God damn, kid. That thing's great. They have these awesome costumes nowadays.
Like there's something because these parents are like, I make, I cosplay, I go to, some of these conventions, and I sell my own shit. I'm like, I'm gonna make an awesome costume for my kid. Right. Yeah, it's functional. It works. There's actual lights in there, and there's like little LEDs, and there's a little electronics board, and it's a light sensitive, and it'll trigger when anybody walks in front of it. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, my grandfather was an artist, and he used to make stuff. He used to make me a lot of my costumes when I was a little kid. And he made me this R2-D2 costume, which he pretty much made an R2-D2 out of cardboard, And it was like, it was long enough, but it was like it wouldn't touch the ground. And he just put it over me. Just like, here you go, kid. Boom. And the little slits were there, and they had blue translucent plastic over them. And the costume itself rested on the top of my head, and on the inside I had two little handles to keep it from spinning around. And then they threw me out into the world like this, and I couldn't see anything at all because it's like put a big box over your almost your entire body with little slits, but then put blue translucent tape over the slits, and then say, "Go ahead, go walk around New Jersey," And I fell down a lot as R2-D2, and I probably looked ridiculous doing so. And I did enter a costume contest, and you had to walk in a circle, and I was having a lot of difficulty walking in a circle, and I remember I tripped, and I fell, and then there was this kid behind me. He was dressed like a Dracula. And he fell on top of my R2-D2 costume, which then smushed it. And then it smushed in a sort of like a concave thing. So I was rolling back and forth like one of those little pug dogs that can't get up from the ground. But I had this Dracula, this little African American boy dressed like Dracula on top of me, who also couldn't get up. And it was like Dracula and R2-D2 like having like gay sex in the middle of a park, and it was kind of beautiful in a way. But he finally got up, and my grandfather repaired my R2-D2, and then I won a prize at that thing for the contest.
Probably felt bad for you.
Well, no, I won a prize because no one had ever seen a Dracula fucking R2-D2 costume. So, but yeah, and then he made me a mummy one. And then I couldn't see out of that one. I think my grandfather just wanted to make me costumes where I fell down a lot. I think this was him being a practical jokester and like, I love my grandson, but god damn it, ain't it funny when that little shit falls down.
Well, that is a parental prerogative to make sure you fuck with the children.
God, can you imagine if your parent was Jigsaw? Like the kind of costumes they would make you, like you have there's candy inside of this costume, but in order to get in there,
you must kill your best friend.
Yes. So, oh man. So anyway, that was my big Halloween thing. Is this leering at the children at the mall and wondering why they were doing that? It just blew my mind when I first saw it.
Well, I've got a few stories we can talk about real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, just in time for Halloween, which was 5 days ago. Remember House of the Dead Overkill?
I
Oh, yeah.
do.
Well, on Steam, you remember Typing of the Dead for House of the Dead 2 from way back in the day?
Yes.
They have released a Typing of the Dead version of Overkill on Steam.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
It's $20. It is a faithful recreation of the PS3 edition, and it looks fucking awesome.
Really? I never played a Typing of the Dead game, but I've seen videos of like Travis playing, and it looked pretty funny.
Oh,
And I saw
it
Brad
is
too. Brad
hilarious.
too.
And it's the thing is, I mean, the way you play the game, you type out the words or phrases that appear on screen in order to kill certain enemies. They are doing pretty much every fucking video game trope or commentary or event or controversy you can possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there somewhere.
Really? Oh, so they're sort of mocking gaming as well in this?
Oh, they're doing yeah,
Oh, see, this is
absolutely.
okay. This is a whole thing now, because I thought, when I saw the original Typing of the Dead, it was a pretty much a straight shooter, right?
Yeah, it was House of the Dead 2 remade, and you just type certain phrases.
Right.
But these are actual just reality based things you're typing.
Interesting. Can you give me an
there's-
example?
I think there's a whole line that's dedicated to Jim Sterling, for example.
Say that again.
I think I remember seeing a screenshot of there being a line for a certain zombie in there that was dedicated to Jim Sterling.
Oh, see, now I want to play this, because now if it's just making fun of the whole industry, that's something I can have fun with.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's only $20.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, I guess real quick, Victory Games, the EA developer who was making a BioWare engine, or no, it was a Frostbite 3.0 version of a new Command and Conquer game, has been shut down, and that game has been canceled.
I read that, and was it?
I do not feel bad about that at all.
Was it going to be an RTS, another RTS game?
Oh, it was going to be an RTS, but it was going to be a free-to-play RTS.
Yeah, it could have
Fuck
been
that
cool.
shit.
That was a
Yes.
big announcement. I remember when that announcement happened, and it was a big deal. Everyone was
Yeah.
all like excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Command & Conquer fan. And this game was billed to be Command & Conquer Generals 2, one of my favorite RTSs.
Right.
And it just turned out to be such shit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad it got canceled. Who knows, maybe we'll get a proper Command & Conquer game in the future. How about Ouya 2.0?
Oh yeah.
I'm not impressed with it, and I haven't seen anybody who has been. And I hear developers are actually losing money on it.
Do you remember when we went to E3 and you saw like the Ouya section across the street?
Yeah, they were all
It
alone.
looked so depressing.
They're all alone. They weren't allowed,
Oh.
and then E3 sent over cops on scooters to try to get them shut down. Remember that?
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, E3 sent over cops in what were those called? Those they standing up scooters, Segways. They tried to shut them down because they didn't have a permit or something. First of all, we've talked about this, but what a shitty name! What a shitty
name, and it turned out to be a kind of a shitty product.
Yeah. So, but the 2.0 is supposed to be better. It's supposed to have a better. The big thing they keep on pushing is we have a better controller. It doesn't feel like a piece of shit anymore.
Well, the controller was shit to begin with.
Oh,
You
yes.
should know this.
Yes. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So, no pity. I don't think it's going to survive.
I don't think so.
I'm not even certain whether it'll actually get released.
The
Ouya did not do well at all.
well, considering how much trouble they had getting the released, I don't know much faith.
That and all the fucking controversy they've had over exclusivity and games for the system.
And think about this, which is really the ooh-ah. I will never say it right, partly because I don't seem to be able to. That was like the first. That was like the first thing that like made Kickstarter a big deal. That was the flagship of Kickstarter. Was look, you can put out a game console with people giving you money. And I was like, wow,
Yeah,
this
it's
whole
like
new thing.
for gaming peripheral / hardware, that was a big one. And
Yeah.
then followed by the Rift.
Yeah. So, I just, I don't know, man.
Sometimes you can't crowdsource something. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bum.
No, you can't. Outlast is getting DLC.
Okay.
It's prequel content, actually.
Not a big fan of Outlast myself.
Because we've had quite a few people liking it, especially in those compilation videos I made for Nick.
Outlast does not do pacing very well.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't played it yet.
That's just me, though. That's just me.
The Dark Souls 2 beta. Okay, this is weird. Dark Souls 2 beta has been rescheduled for November 9th.
Mm-hmm.
But get this. It's from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Japan time.
It's Japanese
Prime
time.
Japan time.
So they want to watch the servers as it's happening. That's, you know what? God damn you. That's so Dark Souls to do that too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you won in the
Hardcore.
beta, huh? So our beta's from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
You can only play when you have this rod inserted into your urethra.
Right. You must insert the specially made Dark Souls rod into your urethra and then plug it into the nearest wall socket.
It is the Dark Souls divining rod.
Dark Souls divining rod. That's right. And every time you die, it sends a shock into your lower intestines.
Yep. Okay, I've got two more,
Okay.
and then we can wrap up. As of this afternoon, Star Citizen has hit $26 million in funding.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm happy. I'll tell you what, I'm happy though because, and I think we said this last week, but for that game to hit the scope that it needs to get, that they're trying to hit, it needs that kind of money.
Yeah,
So-
it does.
So
I in fact upgraded my Hornet to a Super Hornet this afternoon, so
Ooh, hot.
there goes another $55.
There you go.
And
That's how
the
they get
last
you.
thing is probably the most depressing thing as well.
Yes.
The quarter two fiscal year numbers for Nintendo came in this past week.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It's
no.
not pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Were
Even
we
with
expecting them to be good?
Now, let the real quick thing before you give the numbers out, we should mention that I was under the impression that the 3DS and now the 2DS has been like flying off the shelves.
well, yeah, they're doing really well in their handhelds.
Their handheld,
They've always done pretty
their
well. in
handheld market,
handhelds.
but their handheld market has kind of exploded in the past six months.
I mean, okay, you ready for this?
Well, they
So
sunk
this,
a lot of money in the Wii U, and that has not been performing.
well, that's what we're talking about here, right? We're going to be talking about the Wii U. Now that's
Yeah.
okay. What do we got? So,
Okay, so to put this in perspective, the last quarter, which was Q1, they sold 160,000 Wii U's
okay,
over 3 months.
right?
That was depressing.
Yes.
The numbers have gone up to 300,000 across 3 months.
Really?
But that ties in to a price drop.
Okay. But
They
that,
had to drop the price of the system in order to not even double their sales numbers from a quarter.
but I mean, it worked, right? What they're trying to do is increase their install base. Really?
No, they
don't-
dropped it by what, $50?
It wasn't a big.
I think it was.
It wasn't a big price drop.
No, that's not a major one.
You know.
You have to understand a few things. Number one, they expect by the end of the fiscal year to sell 11 million Wii U's.
Yeah.
By the end of this year?
By the end of the fiscal
Fiscal
year.
year? Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
April.
Yeah. It's not. That's not going to happen.
That number two. So they're operating their net profit thanks to the 3DS and 2DS sales. They were profitable.
Yeah.
But guess how much money that was in their net profit?
$2.
$7.
$6 million.
That's
only earned $6 million in 3 months.
It's pretty.
that's
Yeah.
it's still
Atrocious.
for Nintendo. Yeah, that's bad. For Nintendo, yeah, that's bad.
And remember, number 3, this month, 2 weeks from now, their number is up because the PS4 and the Xbox One come out.
Yeah.
And it's game over. It's game over. I don't understand how Nintendo reasonably expects to survive the console market in its current state. They don't have the games. They don't have the variety. They've got developers and publishers jumping ship every single opportunity they can. It's just
Isn't Call of
they
Duty
won't survive.
Isn't Call of Duty Ghosts on the Wii U only 12-person multiplayer?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has chat enabled and still built in that good old friends code system.
Oh my god. This is kind of goes what I was saying a couple of shows ago, where because of their Wii development and them sticking by the Wii almost this whole past generation, there's a whole generation of online interaction and multiplayer stuff that Nintendo just isn't a part of, and pretty much they're still 7 years behind, or if not maybe 5 years behind a lot of that stuff. We'll see. I think if it keeps continuing this way, a Wii U will be Nintendo's last console, and they'll just stick to handhelds. I mean, that's what they're doing, right? That's what they're doing well.
That's where their money is.
They'll put out, you know what they're going to put out? Oh, you know what they're going to do?
Another Mario game.
No, these sons of bitches, these motherfuckers, you know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do?
Dark Souls 3 exclusive.
No, the Wii U Lite, which will be the Wii U controller that plays games without the other part.
Then
Hashtag he was right.
So that makes it a Sega Nomad.
Yes, basically.
The Sega Nomad.
They're going to put out the Sega Nomad is what Nintendo's going to do. I got an idea, for the kids.
To cash in, they on this new 3D stuff. They're gonna actually bring out some ideas from the Virtual Boy, and they're gonna make it so you have to hold the controller up to your face. To play it.
I like it. Have a little
It has a
camera.
visor on it. You hold it up to your face,
Yeah, I like
and you
that.
touch the screen with your nose.
Oh, I like that. See,
Yeah.
Bob
Very
is
tongue.
way ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and they're gonna have flavored screens. They're gonna call it Nintendo 5D.
Yeah. You want to know what Link tastes
Bringing
like?
a whole new dimension.
Link, the Link liquor. Zelda, the Legend of Zelda Link liquor. Woo-hoo. Oh yes, Link.
Gotta solve the water temple.
Get to the water. Oh.
I'm gonna save you, Zelda.
Only they could make the screen flavored.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo, just like I said, just went handheld and did that kind of thing. So they're the only ones out there that are selling handhelds right now, right? Microsoft doesn't have one. The Vita
Microsoft doesn't have one.
Vita's selling like shit still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the handheld is their market. Why are they even wasting fucking resources with the Wii U?
No,
Stop
even
it.
then, like, if you can, what do you call a handheld? Like, if you want to look at iOS, they're handhelds. If you want to look at the Microsoft Surface tablets, they're handhelds.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And-
They don't have.
First off, you have to find somebody that actually owns a Microsoft Surface tablet.
That's true.
Yeah. I know of a couple of people who own them and love them.
They just had a big price drop too, by the way.
Well, they had a fucking price drop because they couldn't sell even one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember a story that said that there was like 800,000 of them recalled and just stocked in a warehouse somewhere because they wouldn't sell.
They were just sitting on the shelves.
Yeah, they were just sitting on the shelves and they couldn't do shit.
Oh man.
I think they're there's just not demand for it. Like the people that want it already have it. It's like an iPad or an Android tablet. Like there's no.
Got my fucking Kindle Fire here.
Yeah, there's not a big market for it. Like the people who are, like I usually discover like the people who are really hardcore into Microsoft products is just software, just the operating system and just the software. Like for fucking decades, Microsoft's customers have never been tied to Microsoft hardware. They've always been operating systems and software, so it's a really kind of a difficult thing for them to start pushing hardware on people because it's never been the customer's tendency to buy Microsoft hardware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't. I have no response.
Either way, Nintendo's do.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the basic thing. So,
No, I think they have a lot
do.
of money. They have a lot of money. They'll be fine. But it's just gonna be weird to see what they do for the next generation after the Wii U, or how they're gonna change the Wii U to try to compensate for the current generation.
It's just I don't see them finding a way to survive in anything beyond handhelds if they don't license out their properties to appear on other systems.
they won't.
I really don't want
They won't.
and they'll never do that.
They'll
They
never do
won't.
The only way they'll do that is if they go completely Sega, and get out of the hardware completely. But,
Even then, Sega technically still is in the hardware business. They're in the arcades.
well, yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The home hardware business.
Yeah.
So, well, we shall see. We shall see. You know, one other thing we should talk about really fast. It happened in our industry. There's somebody we've met a few times is Jim Sterling leaving Destructoid.
Yeah, the signs of that they were slowly showing. You know how he was expanding his YouTube channel,
Right.
making a YouTube channel for that matter.
Yeah.
And in all the content he was making, the signs were there. I'm just surprised that he's leaving now.
Why are you surprised he's leaving now? Because he's actually, I mean, I've noticed he's been on Destructoid less and less and more on his YouTube stuff. And I think he's trying to be more of a YouTube and video personality.
He's more of a
Yeah.
content producer now than like a games journalist.
Yeah, he really
Sure,
is.
writer and aggregator, yeah.
Well, and he's also hasn't been going to that many conventions lately.
He
too.
stopped,
I mean,
yeah,
he does like Escapist Expo and the stuff like where the content producers go to
Right. But he
show their
stopped
stuff.
going to E3 a few years ago.
Yeah.
He only hung on at PAX, I think, because he had an opportunity to meet fans and stuff like that. But he was even getting tired of that as well.
Yeah, he didn't even go to this year's PAX East. He went to this year's PAX Prime. I don't even know if he went.
No,
to,
he didn't go to
last year's PAX East either.
He didn't go to Prime either this year. I don't
Did he go to
think.
Prime?
Oh, he was there.
Oh, did he? Okay, I thought he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
saw him.
But he didn't go to East. Right. Oh, no, we both saw him. That's right. In the lobby of the place. Oh, I think
Yeah,
Skype. Anyways.
it makes sense. I think. Did anybody ever find out what the fuck people were talking about, like on Twitter, being all like, "Oh, there's something going on with this industry that's really gonna fuck over the way people review games," and it totally pisses me off. I think a couple of people were talking about it.
No, it was. But from what I understand,
Adam
it
Sessler
was
was
just.
talking about it.
Yeah,
it
Adam
was much
Sessler.
ado about nothing. It was.
Yeah,
It was people worried about. There's only a handful of review units of the next gen consoles going out,
yeah,
and a lot of like the more prominent names aren't getting them.
yeah.
So they were concerned about how they were going to actually cover this content in a timely manner that's competitive.
Yeah, it wasn't a major thing. I mean,
And I
it was
thought
to them.
I heard that if you wanted to go review it, you had to go to the publisher or to the to Microsoft or Sony, and then watch someone play the game or something. There was something weird.
There was
that.
I
it's
think
a rumor. I don't even know if it's.
I had heard they were having a review event type of
yeah,
thing.
those fucking review events.
You know, I'm not sure what would happen when you got there, if you could actually play the thing or not. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to play the thing since we already played PlayStation 4s at
Yep.
E3 and stuff. So, but it was it was an event sort of thing, and I think the reviewers wanted to get one to bring home with them, and get a free and get a free console. Let's not forget that part of that deal is you get a free $400-$500 console if not both.
Yeah.
Which everyone kind of likes.
Did
So
they
let's not deny that that's not a part of this too. What's
yeah.
that?
I don't. Did they actually do that for the 360?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Are you kidding? At
fucking
at
expensive.
E3, the entire room got free three.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Slims.
That. I remember that.
We-
Yeah.
Oh, that was a surprise and a painful revelation. Like 5 seconds later.
Yeah, because we weren't getting them.
Yeah.
Well, no, they give away consoles to review and media people like candy when they have the following. So.
Weird. I wonder if it's just because this generation, this is a lot more expensive than what it was back then.
Yeah, maybe. I've seen a lot of things in terms of how much money is worth and whatnot, and the prices.
Yeah. In terms of
and-
inflation.
in terms of
yeah, it's a little more
inflation,
but I mean, remember the PS3 launched a year after the 360 at $599.
It was still being sold at a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not. No, I can't bring myself to believe that all that much.
But anyway, like back to Jim Sterling, I wish him the best. I think he's best at doing the content creation thing and doing his videos and whatnot. I actually haven't watched one of his playthroughs yet, his Let's Plays, but apparently I guess they're doing well.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. He's a very good commentator.
Yeah, so I mean that's where he does his good stuff, and I think he'll be more happy probably doing that kind of thing. And honestly, that's where the industry's kind of going. It's moving away from there's no money in the written stuff anymore. It never really was, but it's even less now. And people are doing well on they're doing well on Twitch, they're doing well on YouTube. I mean, look at us. We don't make anything from ads on our site. Any money we do make on this site, which is even still a little bit, is all off of our Twitch subscribers primarily, and then ads on
mostly Twitch subscribers.
and then ads on YouTube and plays on YouTube. And actually, YouTube we don't do too bad on. We of course the more views we get, the better we do. But those are the two main sources of income. I mean, we don't get anything from ads on the site. It's just it's $2 here and there. It's like really nothing.
Yeah, you need to get millions of views a day for it to even be remotely.
Yeah, it's a site. The site's get like 20 million a month, and they just have one ad, and they do well with that.
Yeah.
All those uniques. So, and that's where the industry's going. Is doing that kind of stuff, and eventually, someday that'll fall apart too.
He has said that his last thing he's producing for Destructoid is his review of Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yes, I saw his thing about that.
And you know how Jim Sterling is a character in and of himself.
I think
right?
he's going to want to go out with a bang.
I swear to God, if after he gives the score, if it's not another 25 minutes of him just masturbating into the camera, I will be disappointed.
I have a feeling
That's the man.
I have a feeling that he might be that he can he might be planning something big with Destructoid. Like they might be planning something big and a big send off for him. It's and let's not forget what a big week this has been. Nero stepped down as CEO of Destructoid. So he's no longer the head boss anymore. So lots of changes going on at that outlet. Oh, it's
And they canceled their Destructoid show. So
that happened a while ago.
A lot of shit's going on over there.
That's a couple of weeks ago. Or that was about a month ago. Was it last month?
That was last month because I remember Max Scottville was talking about they were doing the last one. So
yeah, they switched over to Rev 3.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if Destructoid and Rev 3 became the same thing. Like they kind of merged together. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'd kind of watch that because I really enjoyed Rev 3 games.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, lots of changes there. It'll be.
They should do a partnership with Hot Pepper Gaming.
Hot Pepper Gaming.
I love Hot Pepper Gaming.
I've seen a few of those. Who would have known? That's what you need to do to get those views. You just have some personal pain.
You have to subject yourself to terrible things.
I mean, Bob, apparently you subjecting yourselves to Kinect games hasn't been enough. If you need to do it, you need to dress up like a wizard, but then eat hot peppers and then play Kinect.
Or we can use like a spicy dildo.
The spicy dildo.
Or, a jalapeno butt plug.
Or the rod of divining we were talking about a few minutes ago.
Yeah. You gotta get that angle.
Gotta get the
That angle is exactly, right out there.
the pain.
unfortunately.
We're gonna get the pain angle. So,
Yeah.
all right. You guys have anything else you wanted to add before we ended it tonight? Are we Dunsky?
I'm Dunsky.
All right, guys. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out to Cocktail Time Live here at 4playernetwork.com. Do make sure you check out the main website, like I said, 4playernetwork.com, and we will be back next week. Stick around because Brad will be on, I believe, in a few minutes. Everyone, have a good night. We'll see you next Sunday.